Well, good morning to you all. I hope you're having a wonderful morning so far. I have my warm tea, which goes very well with the noise above my head. I don't think it comes through. I wish I could record it better because I live under a skylight, or that's where my office is, and which is very lovely. And we're having a bit of a rainstorm this morning, and it always sounds, it depends on how the wind blows and all of that, but often it just sounds like I feel like I'm on a ship and I'm just experiencing the weather go across because the wind sounds intense, and sometimes I actually feel the draft, and the rain just gets blown and it just sounds like everything's a wicked storm. Anyway, the sound is just making me happy that I have my warm cup of tea. So today, I found this video on Facebook. Came across my feed, and I don't exactly remember who. I have a feeling it might be my sister's whose feed it was on. I'm not sure. Anyway, I was looking for, I haven't seen this video yet. I was looking for an image that would show his smiling face. And I found one. So this gentleman, whose name is Forrest Valkai, I think, I don't know, maybe he will say it in the beginning of the video, is a scientist. And he is going to explain how menstruation works while apparently being attached to what looks like a TENS unit. I assume attached to give him the feeling of cramps. So that's what I understand to be true. I thought it would be fun to watch somebody try to explain menstruation. Well, we'll see how this goes. Okay, first off, we have a warning, which I will read aloud to you all, in case you can't read it easily on the screen you're on, and it's probably important. Okay, warning. The following is a video of an important science lesson presented in an incredibly stupid way. The actions displayed in this video could result in serious injury if performed by non-professionals. Do not attempt to recreate or reenact anything you are about to see. Ooh, okay. Sounds serious.
Hi there, my name's Forrest Valkai, and today I'm going to teach you about menstruation. And while I do that, I'm going to be using this TENS unit, which has the electrodes firmly affixed to my stomach, in order to constantly electrocute my lower abdominal muscles to simulate period cramps. Now, my friends on the internet tell me that somewhere between a level 4 and a level 6 on this device is a rough approximation of an average cramp, but we're going to send this little dude all the way up to a level 10.
This should be interesting. I'm always fascinated with the devices that simulate menstrual cramps. I would love to know how that really actually works, and I might be in the market for my own TENS unit, so who knows, maybe I'll get to find out for myself. I'm just trying to figure out if it's an accurate way to do it.
Over the course of this video, and I'm going to be reading really important facts about periods and how they work from this script that I wrote, because I don't want to mess this up and have to do it twice. So, without further ado, we're going to go and turn on our little machine here.
Oh, that's a good point. Script. To not have to do it twice.
You can see on both sides there isn't a bar yet because we haven't turned it up. And here is the top and the bottom set to level 1. And that feels like nothing. It's a little tickle, just letting me know that it's on. So, menstruation, also known as a period, is when blood and tissue from your uterus comes out of your vagina. Not everyone who gets a period identifies as a girl or a woman. Transgender men, non-binary, and genderqueer people, for example, can all have vaginas and uteruses and fallopian tubes and ovaries, and therefore can still get periods. Let's go and go up to level 2. Ooh, yeah, and there we go. Okay, significant difference between level 1 and level 2.
Oh my gosh, I have recently been utilizing a TENS machine, not my own, and I know that in my memory, the 2 is not hardly anything. So he has a different unit than I've experienced, but I would think they'd be relatively similar.
People with uteruses usually start menstruating around age 10 to 12. Your first period is called menarche, and when you stop getting periods, usually around age 55, that is called menopause. This means that on average, and not including pregnancies, a person with functional ovaries will have around 480 periods over the course of their lifetime. Wow.
Oof, that's a lot.
Let's go up to level 3. Cool. Ah. Whew. Okay, there's 2 levels in each level. So I have to click it 1 and then again, and then I have to switch over to the other side and then 1 again. So it's like, it's awful and then it's more awful each time. All right, fun. A period occurs as a part of a cycle that usually lasts around 28 days. Everyone's menstrual cycle is timed differently, and cycles as short as 21 days or even as long as 40 days are considered normal. Let's go up again. Level 4. Ooh. All right. In the first part of the menstrual cycle, estrogen levels increase, causing the ovaries to release an egg and the inner lining of the uterus to begin thickening.
Okay, I'm just impressed. I'm impressed with this dude. Even I don't know exactly what he's experiencing. Obviously he's experiencing something, but then you raise the level and then your body kind of acclimates to it. I'm still impressed that he's doing this as well as he is.
Level 5.
He laughs at pain.
It's getting hard to stand up straight because it's like it's making these muscles contract, which bends me over. Okay, level 5. So we're on here. In the next phase, another hormone called progesterone helps to prepare the uterus for the implantation of a developing embryo. If the egg isn't fertilized, however, the egg will simply break down and be reabsorbed by the body. This occurs during the final phase of the cycle, where estrogen and progesterone levels fall, leading to the detachment of the inner uterine lining, and new hormones called prostaglandins take their place, causing contractions, which you may recognize as cramping. These prostaglandins also shorten digestion time, which causes some people to experience the frightful diarrhea known as period poops.
Period poops. I have never heard that before. Okay, that's fascinating. Okay, I'm familiar with prostaglandins. Thanks, prostaglandins, for the pain that you bring us all. Period poops. Okay. I mean, I've experienced weird digestion, but I've never, I guess apparently not that inconsistently. Or that consistently, I mean, to actually give myself a name for them.
Up we go to level 6 now. Ah! And the top side. Oh man. Periods usually last between 2 to 7 days. That's a total of around 7 to 10 years of being on your period. Oh. Holy crap.
Yeah, holy crap. You're not kidding, dude. Wait, what did he say?
That's a total of around 7 to 10 years.
Oh man. Seriously?
Of being.
I mean, I've never thought about it in that respect and added it all up, but that's fierce.
On your period. Holy crap. And most women lose around 3 to 5 tablespoons of blood during their period, although heavier bleeding is not uncommon. 3 to 5
3 to 5. Okay.
Tablespoons of.
What did he say? 3 to 5.
Period.
Right?
Holy crap. And most women lose around 3 to 5 tablespoons of blood.
3 to 5 tablespoons. Okay. I have heard figures such as this before, and I kind of call bullshit on them. And I know that's not true for everybody, but everybody who I've talked about the amount, they're like, no, it's more than that. I'm sorry. So, again, I'm sure if it's depending on how the scientific study was done. But anyway.
During their period, although heavier bleeding is not uncommon. But on the low end, that equates, to around 7.5 gallons or 28 liters of blood over the course of your lifetime. Wow. Pretty sure my fiance goes through that in 1 month.
Oh, damn, that's fierce. So, I'd love to know what his intention behind that statement was. But apparently she's on the same page as me and my peeps.
All right, let's go to level 7 with this one.
Whoa, oh, no, I'm feeling bad. I want to know if his fiance was like there. Is she behind the scenes paying attention, making sure he's okay, not laughing? That's very kind of her. Oh.
The other side.
Oh.
It burns.
Oh.
Okay. Poor menstrual hygiene can pose serious health risks like reproductive and.
God, level 7 and he's got a little ways to go. Okay, sorry, I'm like watching his pain and not listening to him very well.
Can pose serious health risks like reproductive and urinary tract infections. Seriously, look up toxic shock syndrome. It's horrible, it's life-threatening, and it's why you should change your tampon regularly. Not to mention poor performance at school or work. But what if you don't have access to hygiene products at all? Hundreds of millions of people around the world don't have access to affordable menstrual products if they have access to menstrual products at all. Seriously, it doesn't help that we freaking tax menstrual hygiene products as luxury items. Do you know that? We do that all over the place, not just in this country. It's not in the script, but it's freaking stupid.
That is interesting. That those products get taxed as luxury items.
Up we go to level 8.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I feel okay. Oh, I hate. Okay. That is one of the things that you might, just listening to this in his statement of not having access to feminine products. I know I have heard some like food shelves and shelters and things like that, that's something that they need. And I know sometimes with hygiene products and things like that, I've heard this from multiple people who work with like food shelves or those types of places. I'm trying to think of what else, like where they serve food as well, that they say they don't want to ask for that because they need food so badly that they don't want to ask for these other products like shampoo and soap and feminine hygiene products. Just something to keep in mind when you're donating, that if you can add that to it. I know I had one woman say we don't want to ask for those things because we don't want people to allocate their money for them instead of food. But if you have them, check with places and you have some to donate, or maybe you have a stash and you went through menopause and you don't have somebody else to donate them to, or they don't use what you have. See about donating them, because I know that is an issue.
Wait.
I feel better about some of the times that I found myself like doubled over.
Okay, lovely. Let's start.
I'm impressed that he's able to do this himself.
Okay. People of color, people with special needs, people with disabilities, the homeless, and people living in conflict-afflicted areas, low-income countries, and in the wake of natural disasters are especially likely to suffer from a lack of menstrual products, period education, hygiene facilities, waste management, or a combination of these things, which is a condition known as period poverty, which affects an estimated 500 million people worldwide. Wow.
That is crazy to think about. I mean, this is one of those bodily functions, not that we don't have a lot of other bodily functions that are not supported well. But I don't know what the answer is, but...
Okay, level 9 now. All right, level 9 on this side. Oh, that hurts so bad. Oh man, that's really something. When I talk or when I move, it hits me different every time I wiggle around. I'm gonna try to stand up more. Okay, level 9. So, in the United States alone, around 17 million people who menstruate are living in poverty at this very moment. Not period poverty, general poverty, which, as we're trying to explain, exacerbates all of this. A poll of women in 2020 showed that almost 2/3 of women in the United States could not regularly afford menstrual products, with nearly half of them reporting.
So he says low-income women. He says low-income women is the thing that he missed. Where did he miss it? From the pain part.
Poverty, general poverty, which, as we're trying to explain, exacerbates all of this. A poll of women in 2020.
A poll of women, low-income women,
showed that almost 2/3 of women in the United States could not regularly afford menstrual products, with nearly half of them reporting occasionally having to choose between menstrual products and food. That's awful. Oh my gosh. Wow. It just keeps going. Okay, and that's level 10. Here we go. Sail right into it. Oh God. Oh man, okay. You can see there we're all the way up to level 10 on both sides. Oh, I hope that's focusing because I'm not holding that up much longer. All right, as with most issues, education is key. Many people with uteruses don't have a good understanding of what a period is, or how to handle it properly, or even that it is a normal and natural thing. This causes a great amount of stress and pain and fear and shame where it simply isn't needed.
God, it is so crazy how education is just shit.
And that's why it's incredibly important that we educate young girls and boys and everybody else, because gender is a spectrum, about menstruation so that they can end this.
I'm sorry. I know he's reading a script, but I'm impressed he's getting some of these extra pieces in here, like the gender's a spectrum. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know how much pain he's in, but he looks like it's in a lot of pain, and I'm impressed.
Stigma surrounding periods and be more open spectrum about menstruation so that they can end the stigma surrounding periods and be more open and more realistic about this topic. But we need to be focusing on making menstrual products and hygiene facilities available and affordable to everyone who needs them. To find out more about periods, period poverty, and what you can do to help support menstruation education and increase access to menstrual products for period havers all over the world, you can visit websites like PlannedParenthood.org, UNICEF.org, or Period.org. Thank you for listening. Oh, 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 oh. I'm sweaty. Thank you so much for watching and for liking and commenting, subscribing, and all the other stuff that you do on YouTube. Have an awesome rest of your day and never stop learning. Oh, man. Oh, hey, babe. Babe, I just did 3,000 sit-ups.
Menstruation shouldn't be a taboo topic. Amen, brother. Learn more about how periods work and how you can help period lovers everywhere at PlannedParenthood.org, UNICEF.org, and Period.org, as he just said. Okay. All right. Well, I feel like worn out after that. I'm like trying to breathe for him doesn't work, and he's not listening, so I'm not a very good Lamaze partner either, I guess. I totally agree. Periods need to be less of a stigma. It's not only just in the conversations, and I remember growing up, they're just kind of this attitude of, oh, other people don't need to see that, which is fine, but what it ends up doing a lot of times, it creates shame and fear. So when you actually need help, you're so afraid of somebody seeing that, whatever that thing is, and not even actually physically seeing something, but just being aware is almost scary to ask. And it stops people from asking a lot of questions. So I don't know how to reframe things in our culture, but I am always amazed at how bad our education is. And I don't think it's just that people aren't listening, and we need to continue education, and we need to not assume that women know things, and we need to not assume that men know things. Men need to learn about this stuff too. When I was a TA in college, I was always kind of amazed at how much men didn't know, but also really how much women didn't know as well. And yeah, it's just one of those topics that if we could take the stigma, like, how do we balance this, privacy? Yes. Respect, I guess. Yes. I'm not even sure what the respect is for. It's going back to my childhood words or childhood memories that sort of are about, I don't know, again, everything being so private that you can't talk about them. And when you grow up in a family where you can't talk about them, and you are really taught that these things are not even discussable, it means that people don't get help. I have my own situations around lack of education that I'm sad that we don't do, and I'd love to be a part of changing that. So hopefully I'm doing a little part today. Hopefully that was informational and educational to somebody, or you learned something new, or just reminded of something. But I do think that I so appreciate the stigma piece of it all, because it's just, I understand it from growing up in that way, or in that it was hardly discussable and it was so private. But I also saw that be damaging to myself and other people. So let's change things, people. Let's help the stigma go away so that the shame can die and we can all be better for it. I don't think people realize how much problems the stigma and the shame actually does cause in many people's lives, not just poor people, not just women even, but it affects everybody. So, all right, well, that was more serious in certain ways than I thought it would be. I'm glad he's okay, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and feel free to share your comments or other videos that either you would love to have me watch or just see if they're really good. Pass on good information in the comments as well. All right, take care. Have a great morning, the rest of your day. Bye-bye.